Hey Collective and Soul Tribe, happy Monday. It is Monday, April 27th. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day so far. Okay, right now the time for me where I live in Toronto is 9:33 a.m. So let's jump right into it and see what you guys might need to know. Okay, guys, I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Okay, obviously if you guys didn't do anything over the weekend, even so, I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend or had a good weekend or just relaxed. Okay, go out for a little bit. For those, happy Monday, okay, that are starting out a fresh new week. All right, guys, so whatever happened last week, if you guys were not having a good week last week, or even if you were having a good, week last week, this is a new week. We start fresh, we start brand new. So let's see what you guys might need to know. All right, guys. So spirit guides and also, ancestors of those who resonate with the collective, but spirit team, guides, universe, source. Okay, what messages do you have for the collective at this time for April 27th? What can you tell them for today? And what clarity can you give them for today when it comes to their path and journey? So let's see what shows up here. So Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective at this time for April 27th? What do they need to know for Monday, April 27th? Even if they don't see the message today, what clarity can you still give them whenever they see this message or whenever they receive this message from, even if it's not me or even if it's from someone else? What do they need to know? So the first card, which is a really good card, is the Sun, okay? For some of you guys are, like I said, it's a brand new week, okay? We're starting fresh. And not only that, the month is almost done as well, okay? We have a few more days left until we're into May. And May season, or the month of May, things could be a little bit different, like I said in my readings before, or there's something about things changing, right? So for some of you guys, when it comes to like happiness and success, okay, stepping into your own vitality, that is significant, okay? You guys are filled with energy and vitality. This is about solar energy. So it's almost like having this I can type of energy about you, because solar plexus talks about what you can do, right? So some of you guys are stepping into joy. You guys are stepping into success, growth, okay, prosperity, and abundance. Now, some of you guys that resonate with the Sun, this is a luminary card, so the moon and the sun could be very significant, especially with the full moon, okay, that's coming up within the next few days, right? Some of you guys know that I posted my blog already for you guys so that you guys can get basically a head start on how you guys should move forward, or how you guys should basically utilize this energy by the time the full moon gets here, and how you can transmute that energy after the fact. Okay, so take what resonates with that. That could be confirmation for some of you, especially with the number 19. 1 and 9 equals 10. Okay, 10th house could be significant, like I said, when it comes to, your career and things of that matter. Some of you guys could be meeting different people as well. Okay, this could be also tied to, technology, social media, okay, things like that. Even when it comes to like your gifts and basically your future, right? So even when it comes to stepping into your vitality, some of you guys could be helping basically your future self, okay? Also, when it comes to the number 10 could be very significant. You guys are also ending a new cycle, ending an old cycle so that you can start a new cycle. So there is something about endings and new beginnings. Again, a lot of you guys could be going through a lot of endings and new beginnings. Some of you guys could be dealing with a lot of situations where you're being told to basically close out certain chapters or certain, relationships or connections with certain people, places, and things that basically don't serve your highest purpose, or they just don't serve your mental well-being, right? It's almost like people assume that because, you have family and blood is thicker than water, that doesn't necessarily mean that can be true. Sometimes people do have family, and sometimes family can be, judgmental, misunderstanding, and things of that matter. So it's almost like, why be in an energy with people who, make you feel indecisive or make you feel lack, right? You want people that make you feel joyful, okay? You want people to be in your energy that are always joyous and happy, and not always nitpicking at little things or making comments about things, or, trying to be that person that's always nagging or being, you know what I mean? Like, life is already lifing. Some of you guys could just want to be in this happy type of energy. It's not that you're not aware, that you don't see what's going on around the world. It's not that you're not aware of what's happening around you or your circumstances, but it's almost like, why beat a dead horse at this point? It's like, why stress over something that either you don't have control of, because a lot of times you could be doing a lot of the inner work, you could be trying, you could be focused, and a lot of obstacles may show up in your energy that are just out of your control, right? So at the same time, it's like, why stress over that when I can just be in this happy-go-lucky energy and just go with the flow, and whatever happens, happens, right? We have King of Pentacles as well with the number 14, right? 1 and 4 talks about 5th house. Some of you guys could be creating something new. This could be stepping into your creativity. Hobbies and interests also could be significant, but this is, again, going in towards joy, okay? Being more balanced, okay, when it comes to how you self-express. Some of you guys could be also taking a gamble with Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn placements, but at the same time, there's something about you feeling financially secure, or, you know, feeling like success, you know, when it comes to things flowing towards you easily and naturally. So this could be abundance, okay? This could be wealth, this could be stability, this could be anything, okay? This could be your mental well-being, right? But again, with the number 14, you know, that talks about foundations, right? Some of you guys could be moving into a new foundation, whether this is physically or mentally, but there is something about being the bridge, okay? So take what resonates with that too. That could be confirmation for some of you guys in the collective, but there is something about your energy when it comes to self and stability and what you're trying to build when it comes to your foundations, right? We also have 10 of Swords. So yeah, you guys are releasing and going through a transition. Okay, I mentioned 10s that are very significant. You guys are releasing and moving into this new transition. Now, this new transition for some of you guys is, like I said, you guys are letting go of the past so that you can embrace a new beginning, okay? So if you felt like you were, you know, there was a situation that felt like a dead end, or it felt like there was a situation that was bittersweet, or you guys could have been dealing like with somebody that was being victim or playing victimization, right? You guys are releasing either people that are like this, a mentality that is like this, but you guys are moving into this energy of basically releasing and letting go, okay? So again, when it comes to like deceitfulness or endings and things like that, you guys are moving towards this. Whether you guys dealt with pain or loss, you guys are learning to deal with this, not just maturely, but being able to transmute that energy. And like I said, with the full moon that's coming up in the next few days, some of you guys are probably taking this energy or time to basically release this, okay? We have Temperance, so balance, right? 14 again. So you guys are moving into something that is changing. This could be, like I said, foundations for some of you, but there is something about change and freedom, okay? Some of you guys are going through some type of change and freedom. Travel is very significant, but just know that there is balance and peace when it comes to your energy, okay? Some of you guys are also trying to find your own peace and tranquility within your situations, and that can be hard sometimes, you know, but you guys are still finding ways to, you know, to get that for yourself. And not everybody may understand why, you know, you move the way you move or why you do the things that you do, but just know with this energy, Sagittarius talks about, you know, taking adventures, being open-minded, okay, exploring new things, right? So some of you guys, this could be significant for the collective, okay? Okay, yeah, so we have 5 of Swords, right? Like I said, you guys could have been dealing with conflict. You guys could have been dealing with, you know, certain situations when it comes to Venus and Aquarius. Now, you don't have to have your Venus and Aquarius, but when it comes to what you attract and, you know, relationships and things of that matter, you could be detaching yourself from certain connections or relationships from people and just focusing on what really matters to you, okay? Choosing your battles wisely is very significant. Some of you may have your Venus in Aquarius. If not, it could be in Libra or Gemini, but basically you guys are going through a change where you guys are choosing your battles wisely. And there's also this energy of being very selective of who you want in your space, who you want in your energy, who you want in your, you know, in your aura, okay? A lot of times people get offended because you see through them or you see the things that they do. And because you're not somebody who would do that to other people, it's almost like because you know your worth or you know that you're not going to accept this kind of behavior, a lot of times people may get upset because you pull your energy away from these type of environments or people, places, and things. Okay, so just know that when it comes to freedom, whether this is freedom through your structures or freedom when it comes to truthful expression or having balanced communication, you guys are moving towards this energy with the King of Cups. Okay, again, 14 is very significant. Fives are very significant. There's change. Okay, so just know that you guys are wise. Okay, you guys are leading with emotional intelligence, compassion, etc. Right? And like I said, this could be something that not everybody, understands, because again, while you are standing up for yourself with emotional intelligence and compassion, you are also standing up when it comes to, you know, having this last stand. Okay, so you guys could be facing certain challenges, but even though you guys are facing these challenges, you're overcoming them. And especially with the moon in Sagittarius here, and we are moving into the full moon, you guys are being cautious, right? You guys are stepping into this new adventure, but you're still being cautious about it. Okay, and not only that, you guys are learning to balance or juggle whatever resources that you have, or this could be just being more flexible and adaptable when it comes to change. This could be time management. This could be anything, right? But knowing basically that you guys are grounding yourself, okay, or moving into this grounded energy. And sorry if you guys can hear the garbage trucks outside. I think they're doing something out there where they're picking up the garbage from, people that live in the area. So don't be surprised if you hear it getting louder or closer. As much as I live in an apartment, there's a lot of sound that bounces around or travels. So you guys, please ignore that, okay? But when it comes to wisdom, right, like I said, with the King of Cups, right, you guys are wise. You have a lot of wisdom, right? Even with this pearl in the middle of this shell, this clam, okay, seashells are significant. Maybe you guys like going to the beach. Being near water could be very significant, or drinking more water, but there's something about being with the flow of how things are moving. Okay, even when it comes to your wisdom, a lot of you guys have wisdom, you have knowledge, you have a lot of access to a lot of things that people don't know, right? Again, new day. So some of you guys, like I said, today is a new day. Okay, it's a new week, so take what resonates with that. And again, like I said, with Sagittarius energy showing up, there's something about being open to, like I said, new opportunities or new beginnings, right? So for some of you guys, even if it doesn't feel like it or doesn't look like it, you're still showing up as someone that will still be open regardless of, what you guys have going on. You guys are growing, right? So like I said, take what resonates in that sense. We have abundance at the bottom of the deck and introspection. So when it comes to you guys going within, you guys are able to go within and kind of understand what you want, what steps you need to take, how you should move forward, and that kind of stuff could be very significant for you. And again, the way that you may go about certain things, it may look different for you than it does for other people, because the way that you're taking action or the way that you're moving forward, a lot of people may feel like, oh, I wouldn't do it that way. But just because they wouldn't do it that way doesn't mean that it still doesn't work for you, right? Like whatever action you're taking, it's working for you based on your path, right? So we have sweetness. Now, your energy could be very sweet. Some of you guys could be very, kind, loving, caring, but there is also this energy when it comes to wisdom, learning to be cautious as well, okay, about how you share your love, how you give your love to people. Not everybody deserves your energy, unfortunately, and having discernment and learning and knowing when and where to give that energy could be very significant. Now, today's a new day. When it comes to your energy, your love, okay, your sweetness, that is significant, okay? Candy could be significant too. Like maybe you guys have a sweet tooth, especially with this heart, this candy heart on a stick, right? There's something about lollipops, popsicles, things like that. Like just something to do with like that, right? Your energy could be sweet, or there's something about, with sweetness comes like stickiness, right? Molasses. So it's almost like your love is like molasses. It runs slow. Some of you may have like a very slow burn type of love where it may take a lot of time for someone to like be able to get you to open up, okay, with the be open. But it's almost like when you open up, you grow, or like you flourish, or there's something about being able to plant seeds and things like that. So take what resonates with that too. That could be clarity for somebody. Yeah, strength. Okay, some of you guys are showing up as strong, right? Strength. Okay, so take what resonates with that as well. And then we also have passion. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we have pain and cleanse. So some of you guys could have, you guys could be either wanting to cleanse or you guys are cleansing, but whatever this energy is, you always are able to transmute your pain into your power, okay? And whatever pain that you guys are releasing, you guys are cleansing that, okay? Rejection could be very significant. So as you're cleansing your energy, you could be rejecting certain things, or you may feel like certain things are being rejected when it comes to your energy. But always remember that rejection is always divine protection, okay? Even love could be significant, right? Like you sharing your love could resonate when it comes to rejection, or, you could feel like with your love, you are rejecting people as well. So it all depends on the situation. Remember, this is a collective reading, so it may resonate for some of you, it may not, but just keep that in mind, okay? When it comes to your energy, there's something about your passion. Okay, so even if you're in pain or you're talking about what you've gone through, it's like people can still hear your passion and how you speak when it comes to what you've dealt with, been through, okay, pain, things like that. You don't take that pain and use it against people. You use it for the betterment of people. So you teach people, you gain wisdom, okay, from your situations. And it's almost like because you gain wisdom from your situation, it doesn't allow you to go back into the same, energy. Yeah, shift. Okay, ninth house could be significant. Like I said, this could be about your wisdom, divination. Okay, this is also talking about, ethics, right? Some of you guys could be learning something new when it comes to maybe learning about divination or learning about tarot or just learning in general, okay? Cultures could be very significant too. You guys could be learning about different cultures or, understanding cultures and things of that matter. If that's not the case though, travel is significant. So there's something about long distance journey, okay? There's something about philosophy, higher education. Okay, so something about learning could be significant, okay? But whatever this energy is, some of you guys are stepping into this new energy, especially with the full moon. So it's almost like once the full moon passes in the next few days, there's something about your energy feeling refreshed or renewed. Okay, some of you guys this came out before, but I put it back. But shadows are significant. Okay, not being scared of your shadow self, not being scared of the light or the dark within yourself, right? There's something about that too, where you are showing up as someone with strength because you're able to, utilize both your light and dark aspects of yourself. A lot of times people don't like to see the dark side of themselves because they're scared of that side of themselves, but you don't care, right? It's almost like you don't care if people like you don't care if people don't like you, or if they do. You care more so about truth, okay, honesty, right? Being your authentic self. It's almost like people that want you to be fake, right? Or pretend that you want to be in a space or energy that you don't want to be in. And you would rather protect your energy, protect yourself by, secluding, going within, but then say when you're out in a, public, you're a different type of person because you basically treat people the way that they treat you. So if somebody shows up with this high energy, you're going to show up with high energy. If somebody comes with low vibration, you're still in high energy, but you're not entertaining that low vibrational person. And that's what gets people upset, because you don't entertain everybody, and everybody seems to want to be entertained by you for some strange reason. Okay, so yeah, we have jealousy. I don't like when this card comes out, but you guys are transmuting that energy with the number 5. So there's something about jealousy. Somebody could be jealous of your gifts, your magic, okay? Especially when it comes to your creativity. With the number 5, there's something about change and freedom. So again, there's something about your energy where people could have been, giving you evil eye, or you could feel like people are giving you evil eye. There's something about you letting go of an old relationship, and this doesn't even have to be romantic. This could be family, this could be friends, this could be an old job, this could be anything. You may have literally people in your energy when it comes to partnerships and your creativity. You could have someone in your energy that is upset, okay, or mad because of the fact that you hold magic within yourself, okay? 2 could also talk about like business as well, like finances and things like that, right? Or your work ethics or your values, right? And 3 could also talk about family, okay? Or your education, the way that your mind operates, the way you think, the way you communicate. A lot of people could be jealous about you because you bring change to people's energies with your magic, and that could be something that people don't like, and that's too bad. You're just a unique person, right? So it's almost like being able to transmute energy. Like even if people are jealous or they're trying to throw their jealousy at you, you are aware about this, but you don't care, okay? Because you're so in your own world that a lot of times when people try to bring this energy towards you or near you, you're aware, right? You're aware about this. All right, guys. So yeah, good fortune is coming towards you. It's almost like the more people are trying to be jealous or, you know, throw shade or be jealous in your energy, the more good fortune comes towards you. Because like I said, you guys are focusing on things that matter to you or are important, right? And with the number 13, again, you guys are going through a transformation, a rebirth, right? So this is death and rebirth of patterns, right? Some of you guys, when it comes to, you know, reclaiming your power, that is significant with the number 13. Okay, 1 and 3 equals 4. This talks about, like I said, stability and being grounded, and death. Okay, so you guys are releasing and letting this go. This could have been a karmic energy. So karmic path is significant, right? When it comes to like learning about your karmic path and stepping into that energy of your power. Okay, your power, your abundance, whatever that might be for you. 3 and 6, again, 9. Okay, so completing a cycle, like I said, there's something about you guys completing a cycle. If you haven't done so yet, this could be happening when the full moon happens in the next few days or just even after the fact, okay? Yeah, we have opportunity, okay? And then we also have listen to your intuition, you guys. So there's an opportunity coming in, and it's because you guys are listening to your intuition, okay? So take what resonates with that. Whoops. Okay, and then we also have ask your angels, okay? At the bottom, we have peaceful resolution. You could be saying no to something, okay? Now, you could be wanting a peaceful resolution, but then this depends on your situation. If you're living with other people and you wanted a peaceful resolution, you may feel like that may not happen, okay? Or there's something about you wanting a peaceful resolution, and the only way for you to have a peaceful resolution is to tell people no, okay? No is an answer, but there's something in the near future that's significant, okay? You could have asked your angels for something when it comes to, you know, a peaceful resolution, and you could be saying no, because again, like I said, rejection could be significant. So you could be rejecting either someone, something, an energy, whatever this is, and that could be you protecting yourself as well. Okay, guys? But I'm going to end it here, so please take what resonates with you whenever you see this. Thank you guys for the love and the support. And again, like I said, you guys can follow me on YouTube or TikTok. I do post on YouTube for those who want closed captions, you know, in the videos, but definitely follow me on both platforms if you can, or if you have already done so, thank you. And follow me on my website at www.mysteriouslyunique.ca, where you guys can book a reading or you guys can check out my blog. All right, guys? Thank you guys again for the love and the support. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next time. Love you guys. Bye.